Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Bobby Tonelli. I'm back with another Tech360.tv review of the LG G6. Now, in all my reviews, I tell you what I like and what I don't like about the product. I'm not paid by LG or by anyone to do this. These are my own opinions based on my usage of the phone. That's what I like about it. First off, it's a robust build. There's a lot of glass on this phone, but it doesn't feel like a lot of glass. It's been military tested in like 14 different ways. I don't know all the tests. You can look about that online, but it's durable. What else I like is the feel of the phone. Now, this has got a 5.7-inch QHD display. It's a good size display, right? The great thing about what LG's done here is they put it into a package that it does not feel its size at all. If you pick up this phone, you think you maybe have a 5-inch display because the screen actually goes right almost to the edge of the phone. So it does make it easy if you have smaller hands to access different parts of the phone. And it doesn't take away from, let's say if you're watching videos or movies or anything like that, it's still a good size display for that. You get all your content that you want to see, especially if you're web browsing. LG has done something really cool here is they've actually put the screen capture button here in the shortcuts. Now you can remove it if you want, but it's there. And I like it, it's very simple. Tap, bam. It's caught, you can actually take this pen, you can mark something on there if you want. You can put a couple drawings, you can send it off to your friends, family, or to your work buddies. Easy, very simple to do. So I appreciate LG for thinking about that because screenshots nowadays with all these different phones can be sometimes tricky. I'm gonna tell you something that I feel maybe a little embarrassed to share with you, just to kind of give you a little bit behind the scenes. I have at my house a number of phones that I'm going to be reviewing, right? I set them all up on with my Google account, I get them all ready, and then when I'm getting closer to the review time, a few weeks out or so, I start actually putting my SIM card in there and using it exclusively. Now, prior to this, I actually had the LG G6 at my house. I set it all up, knock on code, all my security, everything all in place. Went to review other devices, and then when I came back to the LG G6, I actually forgot my knock on code. It took me about 5 minutes of knocking on the screen all over the place to figure out what my knock on code was, and then when I figured it out, I forgot again because I was doing it really fast. There's a learning curve that it takes when you're using an LG phone that I think majority of users won't find intuitive right away. It does take a while to get used to it. Now, the reason I share this story is it's about bringing people into the LG ecosystem. Now, Android has matured quite a bit from even a few years ago. So much so that I think that these special little, I'm gonna call it gimmicky locking systems or security systems aren't really needed nowadays. Now, LG is not the only one guilty of this. Most other Android makers are also guilty of this as well. They all got their own kind of gimmicky way to lock or unlock our phone or to access certain things, and it's frustrating. To be frank with you, it's very, very frustrating. Now, LG, you have the option to turn off the knock feature, but it is put in the phone natively when you first turn it on. And if you're not used to it, you could forget a lot of these things and cause yourself a lot more havoc than needed. So I would say less is more. Security is already really, really good in Android. It can always be better, but it's pretty good right now. Let's stick to what works and leave out the gimmicky stuff another time. LG has decided to simplify everything by putting the power button and the fingerprint reader as one. Now, this isn't uncommon, but it is when you're not used to it. And that's the thing that I think LG should take note of, especially when you are looking to convert people from other maybe Android devices or maybe from an iPhone to come into an LG phone to use for the first time. Talking about the user interface and the menu system, there's a lot of features in this phone. You notice that there is no application button here. Well, there is an application button if you want to tap on to go into the application menu. You just have to set that in your menus, which isn't easy to find. Again, maybe they're trying to lure the iPhone crowd by doing it this way, but for Android users such as myself, it took a little bit of searching and delving into the menu system to actually set up the phone the way I want to use it, the way I'm used to using it. So I would say LG, again, less is more. Camera-wise, it's decent. It's not going to be the best Android camera out there on the market. Just don't use it for selfies. Everything is over sharpened. Even when you take the beauty mode off of it, there's no detail. Moving to the back of it, you've got a wide angle and a close-up camera. The wide angle gives us a lot of barrel distortion to your images. It really takes away from what could be a very good option, especially if you want to take a nice wide angle shot. If you're doing landscapes or cityscape shots, it really starts getting this bending effect, which isn't really what I'm looking for. Low light isn't good. It's not. The software in LG's camera is really trying to sharpen everything up and really trying to get rid of the noise, but what happens is that you lose so much detail that the images aren't really that useful. So I would say stay clear of using this at night unless you're using a flash. To round things up a bit, LG's made a pretty solid phone with the G6. This is a worthy upgrade, and I definitely would say take a look at it. If you're coming from another Android device or maybe even Apple, you might want to try all the Android devices out there and see what works best for you, because everyone has a comfort level with a phone, intuitive-wise, features they're looking for, and the LG G6 may be for you or it may not be for you. But I'll leave that up to your discretion. Leave your comments below, let us know what you think about this review, and I'm Bobby Tonelli, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.